Looking for some high protein breakfast ideas? You're in the right place. I'm going to show you several different super simple ideas for breakfast. You probably have the ingredients in your home, and all of them have less than 5 ingredients. How awesome is that? Stay tuned. Hey there, I'm Neily with Neily on Nutrition, registered dietitian nutritionist and certified health coach. In a recent interview I did with a client of mine, we were talking about things that boost her energy. She's in commercial real estate and she needs high energy all during the day. One of the things she said when we started working together was getting in a high protein breakfast. That is probably one of the best things she's done. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to show you a number of different high protein recipe ideas. I recommend like 20 to 30 grams of protein for that first meal of the day. Some of my ideas have a little bit less than 20 grams, but what I do is I make it up with fiber. So all of those have 10 grams or more of fiber. You can get that handout, by the way, 16 high protein breakfast ideas. That link is in the description. And again, all of them have less than 5 ingredients, and I give you all the nutrition information as well. Before we get into the ideas, I want to mention, you've probably heard breakfast is the most important meal of the day, break the fast. Well, is it? Like the answer to many nutrition-related questions I get, yes, no, maybe. So there is no one perfect answer for everybody. Everyone's an individual, you are unique, and you need to remember that. But what I have found for my clients is that most of the clients I work with are peri or postmenopausal, and I found that getting that high protein breakfast in is one of the best things that they've done for their energy, for helping to regulate their appetite during the day, for decreasing their sugar cravings. It's really pretty amazing how much a high protein breakfast has helped them. So let's take a look at what I've got. I want to just highlight something for you. In my handout, in any of these ideas that I share with you today, I have no aversion to gluten nor dairy. However, any of them can be modified to include, to exclude the gluten and the dairy. So like gluten-free bread and plant-based milks. I just wanted to make mention of that to you. All right, let's see what I've got. We're gonna start out with oats. So simple, plain rolled oats. Half of a cup of oats mixed with 1 cup, yes, this is 8 ounces. I measured it out. Doesn't look like that much, does it? No, but it is 8 ounces. Instead of making your oats with water, I recommend making them with milk because you've got 8 grams of protein right here. And I want to add to the plant-based milk, some of the better plant-based milks for you that have more protein. Soy milk is a great option, and also pea protein has even more, a little bit more protein than dairy milk. So those are 2 great options. Most of the other ones have very, very little unless they are protein fortified. But make your oats like that. The recipe that I have for you is apple walnut oatmeal. Now you can put anything in your oatmeal, of course, but for this particular recipe, I have 1/4 cup of walnuts, and then you can chop an apple and put that in there. And then for a little bit of seasoning, you can add some cinnamon for perhaps. But that's it, just a couple of ingredients, and you've got a great high protein breakfast. Now you can take those same ingredients and make overnight oats. Just put them in the fridge the night before, don't cook them, and then you've got overnight oats in the morning. In my handout, I actually have peanut butter overnight oats, and so it's your oats and your milk, mixed with your milk, and a tablespoon of peanut butter, and then some chia or flaxseed. Now, I personally prefer flaxseed. I know a lot of people like chia seeds. Chia seeds have a tendency, they can actually make your whatever you're adding them to gel a little bit, so you may prefer that. But they're both excellent high omega-3 sources of a plant-based omega-3, so they're both good options. Next thing, let's talk about eggs. Now, a really simple way to have eggs and is eggs in a mug. Now, take a big mug, spray it with some cooking spray, crack your eggs, put them in there, add a little bit, a dash of milk, and then just take a fork and mix it up. And then you can add some like mozzarella cheese. This is 1 ounce of mozzarella cheese. and cook it for 60 seconds and then see the consistency. It should be done depending on the power of your microwave, or you may need another 15 seconds or so. But that's it. That's the basic eggs in a mug recipe, and maybe add a little bit of salt and pepper to that. But what you could do as well is you can add any number of different veggies to your mixture before you microwave it. So definitely an option. Use your imagination. A great way to get some extra nutrition in. But basic recipe is just cheese, eggs, splash of milk, salt and pepper. Boop, that's it. Speaking of eggs, so let's take those eggs and let's hard boil them. And hard boiled eggs, and slice the hard boiled egg, just one, and take a half of an avocado, smash a half of an avocado, spread it out over 2 slices of bread. Of course, you can use gluten-free bread as well, but I use whole wheat bread. And then take your slices of egg and put those on top. That's it. Very, very simple. Speaking of the avocado, we can take that other half of the avocado the next day, and we can also spread that out over 2 pieces of bread. And instead of egg, we're going to have cottage cheese. Now, I know you're thinking, oh, cottage cheese. I happen to love cottage cheese. It's one of my favorite sources of protein. There's 13 grams of protein in a half of a cup. Yes, 13 grams. So it's one of my favorite sources. So, but you've got your avocado over your bread, put the cottage cheese on top of it, and a little sprinkle of like an everyday or everything bagel seasoning. It's just optional, but it's an idea. That's it. Another great breakfast idea. I want to point out though, cottage cheese is a little bit higher in sodium than some other foods, especially some other cheeses. So I just wanted to make you aware that if you are really watching your sodium intake, just take that into consideration. Nothing wrong with having it, just balance it out throughout the day with other lower sodium foods. All right, what's next? Next one we're going to do is a yogurt parfait. Now, I use Greek yogurt. I quit eating like regular yogurt many years ago, again, because it is more concentrated in protein. It's just become my yogurt of choice. Plus it's got a lot richer consistency. But the yogurt parfait is just layer some yogurt with something like some berries. These are frozen, by the way. Blueberries are great to buy frozen, especially when they're not in season because they can be so expensive. And then layer it with some granola. Now, here's a little thing about granola. Granola can be very concentrated in calories, so very dense. So be careful of that. But what you could do instead is you could use one of these these hard granola bars and just break it into pieces and use that as your granola. Or you could also use Neely's Rock and Trail Mix. So this is another option that you can do, layer that in. And the recipe is in on the handout as well. It's on my website, just neelyonnutrition.com, and search for trail mix and you'll find it. Super simple. Love to have it available. But yeah, so that's your yogurt parfait. Yogurt, fruit, and some granola. That's it. Finally, I want to make mention of what my usual breakfast is. Now, it might not be the most appealing for some people, but I love it. And I like to keep things simple, super simple. So I like not to have to make a lot of decisions. So when I know what I'm going to have for breakfast, and this is kind of my go-to breakfast. So, and it is about a half of a cup of cottage cheese and about a quarter of a cup of walnuts with some fruit. Either I'll have grapes or I'll have some blueberries or whatever fruit that I might have. And then I have a tablespoon of flax seed. Now I like the whole flax just because it's can help with regularity. Just want to put that out there. So that, and then also about a third of a cup of Kashi Go, it used to be Kashi Go Lean, Kashi Go cereal. And this is what it looks like. And before I forget, I have no affiliation with Kashi or the dairy industry or anybody, so just want to put that out there to you. But yeah, that's it. And I mix that up, and that keeps me, I've tried several other breakfasts, but that one in particular has helped keep me satiated throughout the morning. I really love it. But that's it. So I showed you a couple of really super simple ideas for breakfast, getting that high protein in. Again, I shoot for 20 to 30 grams of protein, especially for that first meal of the day. As a reminder, if you want to get that free handout, The link is in the description, and it's 16 high protein breakfast ideas. All have the nutritional information as well. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, so you can get notified of my upcoming videos. And also, please just give me a little like there. It helps the algorithm of the video. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching Neily on Nutrition, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.